everybody. This is Sherry at djsundry.blogspot.com, and I have another sketch card for you. Now, over the next little bit, and already has been in the past, you're probably going to be seeing more sketch cards for me. Remember, I showed you a while back this list that I have. Well, it's disappeared, but I have a list of birthday cards that I'm really behind on. I think I counted 17. I need probably 16 more. And I'm slowly getting the names marked off the list. I did several that you'll see in an upcoming video in a couple days, but I decided to use sketches as inspiration. So this, as I explain in a video in a couple days, I'll also explain now. I pick up my sketches from operationwritehome.org, and you can go there and see what a great organization that they are. They provide cards for our deployed military men and women to send back to their families at no cost to them, which is really a great thing to do. So what I've decided to do with these is I plan to make a masculine card and a feminine card for myself to use as birthday cards. And then I plan to make a third card, and it'll vary each time. Sometimes it'll be masculine, sometimes it'll be feminine, and start filling up a box to send to Operation Right Home. So let's get started. I'm using bonus sketch number 13. If you look at the sketch, it's a standard A2 size card, which means it's 4 1/4 inches. This one in particular is 4 1/4 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches tall. Then there's this dark piece here that's a 4 by 4 inch square. Then there's a 3 by 4 inch rectangle with what looks like they probably used as a like a twine bow. And then there's a 2 inch by 3 inch other rectangle. So that's the outside of the card. The papers that I'm using on mine is, for my card base, I'm using the Plum Pudding from Paper Tray Ink. Now, Paper Tray Ink is probably my favorite cardstock to use for bases, just because it's so strong. It's not, I don't use it to cut on my Cricut as much because it is so thick that it does require extra cutting, but I do really like it for my card bases. So this is the Plum Pudding, and then I have So Sophie from My Mind's Eye, and this pad I've not had very long, and it's already really used up. And I'll be showing you 2 cards in this video that I use these, and they're almost identical. Then this stamp set is from Stampendous. It's the Happy Messages stamp set, and I'm using the Happy and the Birthday. So we'll set that aside. I've already got that set up and ready to go. And then on the card that we're making together, I am using the Daffodil Twine, and we're going to start with that, but we'll be using some others. I'll show you a variation of the card using a different color as well, and that color is the Harvest Orange. So let's get started. Oh, I'm also using the Stampin' Up! Rich Razzleberry stamp pad. So I've cut my card base. I've already cut it. I've already scored it. It's 5 1/2 inches wide by 8 1/2 inches long, and it's folded, scored in the middle. I'm just gonna smash that down really good, and then let's go to the inside of the card, and that's where we're going to do our stamping. Now, I've already started the prep work of this. This is Vintage Cream cardstock from that Paper Tray Ink, and then this is a piece of the paper. This is the back side. You just barely see the lavender coming through, which isn't the exact color, but it does coordinate nicely. And that's where I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and that will be the inside of the card. So we're going to use the Rich Razzleberry, which I have not even opened in quite a while. And I'm not so good at opening these Stampin' Up! Pads. I need more practice at it, I guess. But we're just going to use that, ink up my stamp really well. Now, typically I would have put my stamp on the pad instead of my pad on the stamp. But this particular stamp press isn't as easy to do that. Okay, so we've got Happy Birthday, and I think I'm going to kind of let's put it right in the middle at the top. This is just a dye base ink pad. I hope that didn't shift too much. Nope, it didn't. Perfect. So there we've got Happy Birthday. It's a pretty ink pad, of course. You know I'd say that. Okay, so now we're going to put that, adhere that to the inside of our card. Let's turn it over. I really like this. So Sophie, I wish now looking at it, I had picked up 2 of them, because I have used quite a bit of it and I've not had it very long, like I said. So this is just going to go right in the middle there. There we go. Inside's done. Looks very nice. Now let's move to the outside. So we're going to start with our 4x4 piece. Now this is all double-sided, and I really played with using the green, but I didn't like that as well as using the stripe. So we're going to go ahead and put that piece down, and that's going to kind of be our anchoring piece. And so we'll just center that near the top, kind of leaving the same amount on the 3 edges. Obviously there's a big space here, and that's appropriate for the sketch. Now this is kind of a different card for me, because you'll see in a minute there's not a lot of extra, there's no sentiment or stamping on the outside. This is all paper cutting. Now this is the daffodil bow. I've already tied that on there just to save some time, and I almost used the back side of this too, but the next piece of paper, it was too light up against it. So I really like that paper. It's cute paper, but now because this has the ribbon on it, I'm putting lots of adhesive down because I don't want to lose my ribbon piece. And this one's just going to be centered more towards the bottom here, and that the margin on the bottom is going to pretty much match the margin on the top. Here we go. So that's kind of cute in and of itself. Now you could put anything you want. You know, just because you're following a sketch doesn't mean you have to do it exactly. However, this one, I really am doing it more close to the sketch than what some of the other ones that I do end up being. We're just going to bring this down just a tad. And I could have inked around that, but I chose not to. Okay, so there's the front of our card. That's it. I'm not putting a sentiment on here. Really, if I was going to put a sentiment, which would be pretty, but I would really need to, this is too busy. I did try it just to see what it would look like, and you would really need to mat that. So there's this one, and it's a happy birthday, obviously very feminine for a female. And so there's my female happy birthday card. Now let me show you the variation. I made another one that's almost exactly like this one, only on the inside. This is the one I'll send to Operation Right Home. It says hello friend, because right now they're in need for hello cards. And then the inside of this, the pattern paper I'm using here is the same as this, and it coordinates there. I just didn't have enough without cutting a whole new sheet, and I didn't want to do that. So that's that one. And then this is the more masculine birthday one. Or I could use it for a kid. Now this is from Basic Gray, Life of the Party, and I'm using both Life of the Party paper. Not the blue is just some blue I found in my stash as a card base. But this is Life of the Party paper. And then this is a Life of the Party element sticker. And then this wood grain orange is also Life of the Party. Then this is the Harvest Orange ribbon. Then on the inside I just took, it's kind of a off-white wood grain texture, and then I used from let's see, from Stampin' Up, I used Durango, or Dusty Durango, to stamp just a very simple happy birthday on the bottom. So there we have it. Cards using ribbon, using that gorgeous 3-Girl Jam ribbon. Very simple, cute cards. Didn't take a lot of time to make, and now I have 3 more cards done and ready. So thanks so much for stopping by, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.